Hey guys, and welcome to the Working Money channel. So the market cap staying relatively similar to what it was yesterday, 221.8 billion, Bitcoin dominance at 66.6, but prices have risen a little bit. As you guys can see, we are in a bit of a sea of green for cryptocurrencies as a whole. Bitcoin up 2.83%, Ethereum 4.07, and XRP 2.19%. And that's the change in price over the last 24 hours. So if we bring up the Bitcoin chart here, guys, this is Bitcoin on a daily. You can see that Bitcoin has moved up a little bit here over the last little while. It made quite a significant move up yesterday, and then this is today's candlestick, still working its way out. The day is still young, but guys, you compare it to XRP, and XRP is now XRP is starting to look like the Bitcoin chart did a while back, with bigger gains than Bitcoin, and I talked about this in yesterday's video. So let me just put it on the hourly for a second for you guys here. So yesterday, boy, we saw a significant move up. Now coming back down here and retracing a little bit, trading at 6.276 cents. We're still doing really great though, because I'll just put it back here on the daily. We are out of this zone here now, so now we're trading above this level of demand, looking to reach higher highs. If we can get above this mark here, the 0.326 cent mark, we will be in good shape. And so what does Mike Novogratz have to say? Well, Mike Novogratz reveals his crypto strategy, his outlook on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and XRP in particular. And this is really interesting because he has some very important things to say about why he would trade in these three cryptocurrencies. He does mention altcoins. I know the title says and altcoins. But essentially what he's saying is this. So crypto heavyweight Mike Novogratz is offering new insight on his strategy for investing in crypto assets. The former hedge fund manager and CEO of crypto investment bank Galaxy Digital, Novogratz told CNBC's Crypto Trader that he believes Bitcoin has already solidified its primary use case as a store of value. So it has been solidified. Bitcoin is indeed a store of value. It probably will not be much more than that. He thinks the market will consolidate in the short term before rising higher. So he gives a little bit of technical analysis here, hoping we held at 8,800 chart-wise. I thought 8,000 would be in the consolidation zone, yada, yada. I do think Bitcoin is its own animal relative to the rest of the cryptocurrencies. It's won the lane of store of value and digital gold. What we're waiting for is adoption. Guys, I can't stress this point anymore. What we're waiting for is adoption, and we're seeing pipes built for making it easier and easier for people to buy Bitcoin. He's talking about adoption for Bitcoin. I'm talking about adoption for the entire industry. Nevertheless, adoption will indeed help both things. According to Novogratz, Ethereum is the most likely to emerge as the primary infrastructure for the ecosystem, allowing blockchain developers to build out robust applications. So, do you hear that, guys? Ethereum is the most likely to emerge as the primary infrastructure for the ecosystem, allowing blockchain developers to build out robust applications. So for example, we just got news that John McAfee did launch his decentralized exchange, and he built it on the Ethereum blockchain. So that's one example of that. When asked about XRP and the altcoin market as a whole, Novogratz said, traders should look for coins, guys, get this, with strong use cases that make news and appear to have momentum. You have to look at these as venture bets. Venture bets take 6 to 10 years. So venture bets, companies that have money behind them, and particularly with regards to cryptocurrencies, coins with strong use cases, namely XRP. But it's not going to happen overnight. You know, maybe in a spec rally, we could see some gains with some speculative momentum. However, venture bets take 6 to 10 years. Why Ethereum keeps its value is because there's the most likelihood that it becomes the blockchain that everything gets built on. And the one that gets built on is going to be valued because it's used, and it's also going to get some store value. It's also going to be money. I like a portfolio with a big chunk of Bitcoin, obviously. You got to have a little bit of Ethereum, and then you've got to have a lot of venture, guys. And so he considers XRP one of those venture bets. You've got to have a lot of venture. The rest of these tokens are opportunistic, so essentially random tokens that you see on cryptocurrency market cap here. Opportunistic, you know, some of them may pan out, others may not. We've heard about projects that have just gone bust. A lot of these projects were ICOs. You know, they said in the past that 40% or so were ICOs and 40% were scams. In 2017, that was the estimate. So just to finalize Mike Novogratz's statement here, in the long run, he does believe each crypto asset will need a user base in order to make a return on investment. And so if a coin does not have a user base, i.e. if there is no real world utility attached to that coin, if it's not being used as a store of value as Bitcoin will be used, if it's not being built on like the Ethereum blockchain, and if it's not a coin that will have a high demand for real world utility like XRP, chances are you will not make money from it. Very interesting insight here from Mike Novogratz. Guys, I will link this in the description if you want to read the rest of it. Then I saw this from DM Logic on Twitter. I'm the debate on Twitter. The problem with new retail traders buying at 25 cents XRP, they could get in and out with a huge profit before they ever reach my cost dollar average over 2 years. How much does that suck? Boy, DM, I've thought about this too, and it seems as though a lot of other people are chiming in, realizing this as well. A cost XRP1. I said this a few days ago, noobs scooping up bags at today's prices have no idea how lucky they are. No riddles, no jester bears, no community wars. I could go on and on. Years of holding have made us immune to good and bad news. We are basically zombies now. Mr. B XRP on Twitter. They will never buy as much as we have over the years because we had more time and information. A very good point here. Also, most will sell the majority too soon. I don't care who buys today at cheaper prices than me because I love the ones who will pay $5, $10, $25. Hill DW XRP says our bags are bigger. Rob Cash says they'll also sell way before us. XRP Neo chimes in, well, consider that 99.98% of people will miss this opportunity altogether. And sure, you got to think too, hindsight is 2020. If we knew that we were going to get 23 cent XRP in September 2019, would we have cost averaged down the entirety of 2018? Absolutely not. But we didn't know that. We didn't know how far along in this process we were going to be. So it's good that we did what we did when we did it, because again, guys, hindsight is 2020. Interesting anecdote here, though, from DM Logic. We got another crypto whale moving some XRP, and some are thinking that it is Ripple's former CEO, Chris Larsen. So whale watchers are speculating on the identity of a crypto trader who transferred just over 20 million XRP to Coinbase. The funds came from an XRP wallet called Wallet Funding One. That was activated by Ripple co-founder and former CEO Chris Larsen, according to the XRP Explorer BitHomp. And here's the whale alert here, the tweet associated with that. Users on the XRP-based forum XRP chat have in the past speculated that Larsen is the sole owner of the wallet. So just speculation at this point. A large sum of XRP being transferred, 20 million XRP to be exact, over to Coinbase. Is something else happening? It could be. Then I saw this on Twitter here from King Solomon. That's at XRP_owl on Twitter. October 7th, 2019. The National Bank of Canada goes live with MUREX's regulatory solution. So the National Bank of Canada going live with MUREX. I'm not giving up on my belief that MUREX is tied in with Ripple. There are too many connections. So if you look at this tweet, there's some screen grabs here. With regards to the National Bank of Canada going live with MUREX, we can see that some of these employees, this is linked to their LinkedIn. So Frank Martin worked with MUREX, now is a project manager at Ripple. And the same with Niraj Marfatia, originally worked with MUREX, now director channel sales at Ripple. But then it goes further than that. We know Synechron partners with R3 in one of the largest distributed ledger consortium projects of the year. This back from 2017. And we know R3 is settling using XRP. And there's also the Synechron MUREX connection here. So MUREX and Synechron partner category system integrator. So I don't know if you guys can see it down here. They are a system integrator. So that could definitely be a sign that XRP integration is going to be running through the Bank of Canada once this partnership is finalized and sealed. Interesting info, King Solomon. Thanks so much at XRP_owl. Then finally, guys, this from ABM Crypto. Swift's banking head invites all real-time payment systems to build a partnership. Couldn't do it on your own, eh, Swift? Recently, Harry Newman, head of banking at Swift, spoke to Finextra about instant payments in the future, evolution of cross-border transactions. When asked about why he thinks there is a high demand for instant payments these days, Newman said, I think it's the way we live today. Everyone wants everything instantly. Guys, I've been saying this for months now. And because we want instant in our daily lives, we start to want it in our business lives in parallel to everything else being instant. Not only that, millennials are the next generation that will be in power. And they grew up with instant everything. So this guy's just figuring this out now. He further spoke about how instant payments have existed domestically. Okay, fine. Instant is what we need today in our lives. Now we've started to have it domestically. We can start to have it internationally. In fact, 50% of international payments hit the beneficiary within 30 minutes. Earlier this year, so there's the GPI stuff here. We're talking about the rivals. After a proof of concept with R3, which we know uses XRP to settle, we're inviting all real-time payment systems to come and join us and actually build that partnership. Now is the time to do it because we can. Let's make the world real-time and deliver instant payments globally. So Swift is realizing, I think essentially at this point, if you can't beat them, join them. We had news with their proof of concept and R3, and I feel like sometimes it takes people longer than others to realize what the world really needs, what the world really wants, what the future really holds. And Harry Newman, a little late on the uptake, but we'll forgive him. If you can't beat him, join him. Anyways, guys, what do you think of this? Do you think Mike Novogratz has a point with regards to holding a lot of coins that have utility, those venture bet coins such as XRP? And are you one of those people that are stacking up now on your stash versus 12 months ago? I want to hear what you guys think. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Like the video if you like the content I'm providing. I always love hearing your comments. See you in the next one, guys.